Okay, then I will start recording. It's really my pleasure to see you all here at the first actual edition of the Neo-Urban Networks workshop, which takes place online, but actually it has been as an idea born as a non-virtual workshop. When we first discussed it, it was actually in Berlin during this 2020 crazy year. And we discussed some ideas with Anastasia, who is here. We were in Berlin in the park, and I remember that we said to each other that, yeah, it would be very nice to actually make people to discuss between each other. And she has an incredible project called All Things Urban, which she's running, right, with her colleagues, which actually does it, right? They communicate about urban different projects around the globe. But then I thought, okay, maybe we could do that actually in Paris. We have incredible places where we could do that. But then it was 2020, right, happened. Nothing was possible to do online, so to do offline, and people were busy. But then afterwards, we started to come back to that. Also, there was an incredible City Lab Berlin online workshop, and maybe Sarah can also mention that later. And then we basically, with Vera, with one of my colleagues, also we discussed it from Berlin, who could not join now, but she will join us later. So we started to actually think about it. And then the idea came a bit more solid when we started actually to discuss it in City Interaction Lab, which is this incredible place which you are all invited to visit one day, which is located in the old kind of a factory, but it's actually a place where some people in Paris were able to make one of the first black and white movies in 1904. So it has a history.
Wow, so dangerous.
And I will mute some people, but yes. Yeah, so it was basically where we started to discuss that further, and then afterwards decided that it would be good to actually make the offline, online workshop to invite you all who are specialists in different fields, starting from data science, architecture, urbanism, and so on. So just one word about the City Interaction Lab, that there are different projects we are working on. You can check it on, I mean, we just have started to have some social media, but then there is also the workshop, the website, and you can also check it here about the projects which are all on different topics. And the idea, of course, of the project, of the main idea of the project was to start to unite people starting from different areas and to unite interdisciplinary crowd of researchers who are interested in cities, and in particular new cities analysis, right? And that's why in the Neo-Urban Network workshop we will have 3 different sections. We'll have more section people talking about communities living and new communities living, section which will be more about cities under crisis during COVID and so on. And section which will be more about data analysis, visualizations, and urban design prototyping. Of course, it doesn't really, I mean, each talk which you will listen here, it doesn't fall into one category, but we tried to split it into 3 different ones. And we have incredible set of people. And I wanted to actually ask you all, since some people maybe needed to jump in some other meetings, you will not all be here. So I wanted you to maybe unmute yourself, maybe, and just say a few words, who you are and what do you do, what is your main background, and yeah, basically present yourself. Maybe we can start with Jan, because you're the first one in the photo.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jan de Waal. I'm an artist working mainly with immersive technologies like augmented reality and virtual reality.
Mm-hmm.
And the city is one topic that comes very often in my artworks.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Especially imaginary cities.
Imaginary. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so Alexander, yeah.
I'm Alexander Strogorsky. I'm from Moscow, and I'm teaching at the Moscow Architecture School March. And we'll share a little bit of our experience of teaching architecture in Moscow in a new way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks for coming. Yeah, yeah. So Anne.
Hello everyone, I'm Hanan Kouj. I'm an architect and urbanist, and actually I'm working on a PhD thesis with Claire Lagesse. So I'm working on road networks on the Burgundy-Franche-Comté region in France.
Thanks. Yeah, and Claire, are you here also?
Yeah, yes, I'm here. Hi. Hi, I'm Claire Lagesse. I'm an associate professor in the University of Burgundy-Franche-Comté. And I am a geomatician, so I use mathematicals and computer and tools from computer science on geographical information, and I do graph theories on roads networks.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Thank you. Thanks a lot for coming, for finding time. And Claire just organized incredible workshop online, which was really a successful workshop for me because the virtual workshops are hard to make. And I learned personally a lot about the road networks in France and beyond. So thanks a lot for organization. And Jessica, are you, yeah, present yourself.
Yes. Yeah, I guess in the same region, Burgundy. So my name is Jessica. I'm I guess, architect by training, passionate about communal living and new ways of living together and working together. And so more recently, in the past 3 years, I bought a chateau in Burgundy, where we've been doing a lot of experiments around, how to bring people together, basically.
So, Mark?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Marc Santorini. I'm a researcher at the Center for Research in Interdisciplinarity in Paris. My background is in physics, and now I look a lot at applying tools from physics, but also from network science and data science to analyze how online communities evolve, interact, and especially in the context of open source communities, open science communities. And on the side of that, I also co-founded a platform for open science called Just One Giant Lab, and we're designing algorithms to increase the serendipity and the collective intelligence in the groups that make collaborative projects.
Great. Thanks for coming. So yes, Sarah, I think it's your turn.
Hello, it's very nice to be here. Yeah, my name is Sarah. I'm from Berlin. My background is electrical engineering. And yeah, I'm very passionate about teaching people about technical prototyping and form their future cities.
Yeah, and you work in City Lab, right? But it's coupled with...
Yes, I work at City Lab Berlin, and this is a project of the Technologiestiftung Berlin. That's a foundation. Yeah, it's one of their 1,000 projects. Mm-hmm. And my home is City Lab.
Yeah. Okay, great. So since we come to Berlin people, Nastasia.
Yeah, like Sarah, I'm also based in Berlin, and like Alexandra, I'm from Russia, so we have some common connections here. My name is Anastasia Sukharoslova. My background is in journalism and cultural management, and now I'm a PR consultant in the field of urbanism, architecture, all these fields. On the top of this, that's why I'm here. I'm a co-founder of All Things Urban. We're the only career platform for urbanists. Maybe you have heard of it because we also share the news about this conference, and in general, we do share different event opportunities, career opportunities, scientific opportunities, everything connected with cities. And I'm going to present it more later today around 5. So you're welcome to listen to my little story behind All Things Urban and what we're up to.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Yeah, and then I think Luis, yeah, you're the only one.
Hi, I'm Luis. I'm a PhD candidate at the Center for Department for Network and Data Science at CEU. I'm originally from Mexico, and I have a background in architecture, and now I'm working in applying network science tools to urban networks and to analyze cities and to develop algorithms for the analysis of cities. So yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, and you're located where actually? Because CEU is now in Austria, right? But you're Hungary based.
Yes, I'm located in Budapest, even though the whole department now it's in Vienna. And yeah, I mean, nowadays we're all located on Zoom meetings. So I'm located on Zoom all day. So.
Okay, good to see you. And thanks a lot for coming, because I know that you're all busy indeed with the meetings. And I will go back, I guess, now to the presentation. I hope you all see my screen. And for all our participants, I will just go back to just initially to the sections which we will have during the workshop. And these two weird pictures which you see here, the left one I got from the book by Corbusier, which actually about the Corbusier, but it's not his work, obviously, but it was the work of some people who were imagining how virtual cities will look like in 2000. It was a book from 1960. So where people were trying to imagine how people will live together and cyberspace, how it will work and so on. So you see actually how kind of far we are from there. And that's why I think it's important to actually discuss, to align our ideas about that. And the right picture, it's also one of these journals. And once I was asking Jessica, because she was the first one who was actually giving me ideas about which books to read about this topic. And it was actually kind of a plan of this very famous Indian city, Chandigarh, right, which you all know, which was built also using some new ideas of planning, of city planning. And I think some topics which we'll hear today, they will touch both of those topics, right, about virtual communities and how people will live together in cities. And from the other side, also how cities look like projects, which maybe also Claire will tell us about designing cities, maps. Our program for today is quite tight, so we have like really a lot of things, but I wanted to keep it one afternoon so that we are concentrated. And we will start with a part which will be mostly on data science part oriented. So starting from network science tools from our network science people, and then moving forward with more mapping projects of Claire and Anae. Then coming to VR project of Jan. And after the short break, we will come more to communities living. So that will be projects about the cities under crisis related during the open COVID project of Mark of Jogo, which was actually designed right for open science platform, and then Jess project on Faytopia. We'll talk about the city prototyping. And after again the second break, we will talk about actually the communities of urbanists and the main trends, I would say, in the architectural teaching and education and architecture, because I know that we all come from different backgrounds, and I think many people are very interested in actually how people are teaching that. And we encourage you all to ask many questions during the workshop, because it's still informal, and that's why we are all here basically. So it's very important that we interact basically all with each other and don't be scared to ask anything. And also about the other events, I just tell you that there will be some other events with City Interaction Lab. You can check it on the website. We will spread it also. And you feel free to let us know if you have any other ideas for common events. We are very open with Vera and with other people, so feel free to reach us out. And about the materials we will all share with participants of the workshop, we have also the folder for Google Drive, but we don't focus on that now. We can come back to it later whenever we need to. And if you have any questions, it's time to ask about the organizational part. Because if you don't have questions, then I think we can start, and I can just maybe make then Luis, I will make you a host so that you can share your screen easier. This way it will be maybe better to, yeah, wait 1 second. Yeah. Okay, great. So you can
Perfect.
you can make you can share your screen now, I think. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yes, I'll be